be joining.
Damn. All right, go on. I'm recording now.
Yeah. Right. So we start the day on the 15-minute time frame, as always. Over here. Let me just find out where the. I always lose where. Yeah, there it is. That's just some. Right. Really all of that. Don't need that now. Right. So obviously, oh wait, we should go down here. So yeah, here we have in between 2 and 5 today.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we're straight from the very top, move straight down, and that was my first. This is on ES right now, by the way. Let me. We don't need to look at now. But, yeah. So yeah, here we have ES and S&P 5, ES and Nasdaq.
Mm-hmm.
S&P 500. As you see, we open high, never return to it. We just move straight down. There's also no SMT on that. If you look to the left, I can also show it on the 1 hour. On 1 hour, I don't believe that there was SMT. No, I don't believe that there was a PD array either. So if I just show it here, yeah, you see that it's actually just missed the PD array.
Okay,
And
nice.
uh,
Good shit.
back to the
Well, yeah. What about on the
15.
15?
On the 15-minute, there's nothing there as well. Technically, there is on ES. Like if on ES in the 1 hour, this was in one. However, there's also like missing an SMT.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, I
I hear
flagged
that.
this like right from the market open, and obviously it would have been a lot better to get round somewhere around 7:15, but we don't trade before 9:30, so that gives us a very small target,
Mm-hmm.
and that's problematic. But it's not problematic because we have time. So immediately we know that because it's pushed down, it's going to be a New York reversal. And if we gone and lost in price, there it is. The full screen as well. There you go. Right. So obviously every day you got to mark out the first presented fair value gap. I did expect it to push a little bit lower maybe first, but obviously we don't short on a day that we expect to be bullish. Ideally, I would have liked it to come to about here before it kicks off, but doesn't matter. It took a bit of time to create the first presented fair value gap of the day, but I marked it straight away. From here, I took no trades whatsoever. I just waited. Here, I took one trade at the 50% mark. Obviously, got stopped out almost immediately. The low of the day was at 950. So basically, right at the very start of the macro, as it climbed up, I still waited. I didn't touch anything, and I executed the order here. The actual order itself, when it executed, it was up here because this was a very fast candle. So it executed. Like my ratio could have been from here, but the execution was here. That's okay. And yeah, just stop loss like right below the low, and my target was time. But obviously, because we're already near 10, I didn't want to. I didn't want to. Like obviously, 10 a.m. was already here. The high should be made after 10 a.m. Remember, like this. So this is not a true high of the day.
Yeah.
Obviously, we crossed past that, and after that, I held it even further because I expected it to go longer today. Because if we have a look, if we zoom out a bit, you'll see that we actually have an equilibrium point from the FOMC meeting. I didn't target the entirety of the equilibrium. However, I will do in the futures. In the future, not fucking futures. I'm talking about Apple. So obviously, if we draw it out right from the very top of the move, right to the very bottom, what do we do? Come exactly to equilibrium right here, which is where we end. I caught only half of the move, unfortunately. However, You got to take what you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew for a fact that I would get that. So I closed it at about 10:30. I actually closed it a little bit earlier than 10:30. That was just my nerves were getting at me a little bit.
Yes, sir.
It was 10:27 when I closed.
That's all
28.
Targeting time. Love
Around,
that.
roundabouts here. I should have held it to 10:30 at a minimum, which would
It's
have
all
been
good.
here, but it's all right. I missed out on a couple quid extra, so.
It's all good.
But ideally, the actual high of the day was once again at 12:30, the same way that it was yesterday. We made low of the day at exactly 12:30, which makes me wonder a little bit about 12:30. Here we have 12:30, another lower day. We met the target at 12:30. Which I really do ponder about that a bit. If there is some value in 12:30 itself, like obviously it is lunchtime. However, I'm gonna have to have a look at the data on it at another time.
That's
But yeah,
interesting. 12:30.
yeah, because like
I
this
wonder.
is like the second day in a row. Obviously, Christmas is always a little bit weird, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
But no, solid
Obviously, like
solid day. What I will
that
say
is my
is obviously at before 10 o'clock we took out the objective,
did, yeah.
and this is like a rhetorical
You can expect
question.
that. You can expect it to be false. It's
So
taken before
yeah,
10.
don't answer it yet. This is a rhetorical question for people that are watching at home. Okay, if the draw on liquidity is met, go on the exact time that it's met. Okay, go. So 9:39. Okay, the target is met. Why do you guys at home watching think that we're still gonna go higher? Why did it run higher? I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it, pause it or something. Okay, Brannis, tell us, why did it go higher after taking the low hanging fruit?
Out of time because
Yes,
when
sir.
a higher day is out of time, you expect it to come back to the minimum time that it can make the high of day will be at 10 a.m. When
Yes,
do we
sir.
have 10 a.m.?
Let's go.
Exactly after my entry.
And if you
So
look
if
at
you at the bare
9:50,
minimum, the target would have been that high. You would have got like a fairly decent trade for the day.
yep.
Only taking that.
Yes, sir.
However, I wanted more.
So
Unfortunately, my execution was somewhere here.
yeah, if you look at the 9:50 macro, um, where we've still got that high out of time, 9:50 macro was used the exact minute to reverse to that high because the manipulation had already been done. After making a false high, we ran lower, so 9:50 could straight expand because you've got to remember macros have manipulation as well. So if we're in a premium but our target is still premium before macro or during, we're going to retrace into premium and then expand. And this is an example of where we dip back down into discount and then shoot higher to take that premium swing high. So yeah, I was unable to trade today. I was out with my family and celebrating Christmas. Obviously, it would have been a great trading day. Lovely to end the week on that day because I need to make a video for yesterday's price action. But essentially, if you was in the Discord, I think I showed it, but I got the bias wrong, and then I took another trade, which then hit London low, which for me wasn't the target, but I have got it confirmed that regardless of the midnight low, London low's at the target, and that shit would have hit TP. So I'll make a video on that later. Um,
Also,
but
quite worth noting the second presented fair value gap to
I don't actually
the other
think
perfect
I don't know
50%.
if the second
Huge
presented
move.
is
50%.
relevant, but I know the first
Big move.
presented is.
50%.
But
Huge move.
yeah, I mean that was the market review of today. Brandon's obviously took this. If you want to see the P&L or the execution, then just join the Discord. We'll happily provide that. We ain't trying to sell you nothing here. We're just going off of what we learned. Shout out to Flux. God bless him for the work that he puts in. And yeah, we're just showing you guys that it is really possible and there isn't, it's not random like you think. Shit does repeat every day. And the hardest part of our job right now is all we need to do is figure out
Where to take profits.
exactly. And before the stresses before were shit, stop loss, stop loss, stop. Now it's okay, I'm running profit regardless. Where do I take a profit? Like yesterday, my second trade, um, I was like, okay, I'm in good shorts. I don't know if I've got a screenshot on here, but I was in good shorts. It took London low. That should have been my profit target, and that shit would have hit TP, and I would have made back my original loss. Um, Let me see if I can pull it up on my Notion. But
I can like already pull it up.
okay, bet.
Okay,
Just
we've
so I
got
can get
first and
the
second presented
just so I
FBG
can get the
here.
executions on there as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so here you
This
go.
was like a really bit of a weird day.
Let me screen share right now, and I'll show you guys the executions, because I know that's what you all want to see. You don't want to hear us talk about the trades we took. You want to see the trades we took. So yeah, if you look at my screen now, right here, we've obviously got right here. This was the first trade, which hit stop loss because I was in the wrong bias. I had the wrong draw. This second trade then hit stop loss because we came back up, which is absolutely valid. And then the final trade we took, I don't know if you'll be able to see this because it's further along in the chart, but this low, I believe right here, took out London low. Now I could have easily, well, once we took London low, I put my stop on this line, and then I hit like $100 break even. But um, yeah, so the issue isn't, obviously this was the wrong bias, and I know why that's the wrong bias. This wasn't even in a key time. This wasn't in a macro. This was an L on my part. I executed too early. This one was in the 1050 macro. Um, and yeah, we got on our shorts on this order block right here as we come up into this wick. We also had the 5-minute CSD right there, and then we also pyramided into this entry. So as we come back up for this order block, I then sold again, and then we hit trailed stop loss. So yeah, this was an L. I read the bias wrong. This was a really silly trade because I didn't even enter inside a macro or a key time, and then this was valid. So yeah, if I'd have just ignored that, because now I've learned from why that long bias was incorrect. This was silly. This was the proper trades that you've been seeing like before. But yesterday I was focusing on taking trades because my rebuild day is on the 29th, which is actually my birthday, and I'm not trying to trade January, if I'm honest. I don't know how shit it's going to be. It's first month of the year. So for me, the idea was I either full port today and get loads of trades, or I just cancel regardless. So yeah, we just uh,
Something like worth noting with that day as well is mark the first fair value gap out, the
yeah.
first
So it's
presented one.
this green box right here. Yeah,
That's that's pretty big. It looks a little bit too big. Where's like 930 here?
930 is at this line right here.
Oh, is that a screenshot you're looking at?
Yeah, yeah. This is my
It's a screenshot. Yeah, it's not the actual chart. If you
Is this from my
like look
journal?
back at my chart,
This is
if you look back at my chart, it's marked out
let me
straight, and you see that the 50% is respected, like not one, not two, but three times.
yeah. So that is the same box. Just
There's a
here as
trade
well.
of every single one of those. Every one of those is money.
But yeah. Oh yeah. See, I'm showing you Brandon's screen now. As you can see, the ideal entry there. It's not in macro, but also let me talk about this after. But as you can see, we respect 50% and shoot down to London lows. And then when I got my trade,
This black line here is London low.
so when I got my trade, as you can see on my screen again, if you look, this is the exact point we took London low. So that I believe this top black line was midnight and the bottom one was London. So I had an opportunity to cut it, but I didn't. Now I've learned why. But yeah. So yeah, yesterday was weird. Let me talk about that now. If we go back onto the screenshot, you'll see these retracements up. Now this retracement was about 130 points, so almost as big as the expansion post 930. So yeah, we had very high resistance liquidity runs yesterday. Like as you can see, we moved down, then get like pretty much more than 75% of this whole range in here from here to here. This was a 130 point move in one retracement. We then push back down. We then get like another 100 something point move. And then on here, I believe we come all the way up here. We get like a 200 point retrace and then we dump to low of day. So yeah, yesterday was very, it was weird if you had my initial bias of low of day being taken. This did get taken at 12:30, which you just saw.
Should we also break down yesterday's bias too
Yeah,
quickly?
we'll do that. Let me just talk about this quick. So, essentially, we had a perfect trade, but we didn't eyeball that because we was hoping for low of day more. However, the perfect exit, we got in here, perfect entry inside a 5-minute CSD and a 1-minute wick order block, and then we had the perfect run lower to draw on liquidity again because we already took that out. So we then took it out again, and then yeah. So if I'd have had the bias of just London, not have been greedy for low of day, now that I know why London was the target and not low of day, we took low of day post 12. So yeah, we took low of day in lunchtime. So for me, it's from midnight to 12 p.m. is technically your daily candle, but then post 12 we took low of day because the main target was London lows for the New York reversal. So I'll stop sharing. We'll go back on Brennus's chart and take it away.
Alright, so obviously the bias of yesterday, this is in between 2 and 5. This whole gap is London session. Here we have ES, here we have Nasdaq. And you see that we open and we never return to the opening point. And this cannot be in a fair value gap. There is no SMT on it. There's nothing valuable here at all. So
well. Show the hourly. Just
basically,
so
right from the we've got the hourly as well. However, there's also no SMT, and we're looking for
no
both
SMT.
SMT
Literally none.
and
SMT is key for low of day and high of day. If there's not, then it's ideally a false low or high of day. So as you can see, that red line
just
doesn't tap into anything relevant. Yeah, we've got the order block, but we would like to see SMT on the order block, and we didn't see that. So and also if you look at ES, keep it on that chart sec. If you look at ES, we didn't even close above that order block until post 3 o'clock, because remember the 2 o'clock candle has to close. So realistically, there's no SMT. That low is not valid, which now I know why that was what we should have been focusing on. So now if that presents again the same as yesterday, and I thought low of day was valid with being 0.045, it was a really clean, really clean profile. If you keep explaining, I'm gonna show a screenshot that I got of the profile.
Should we explain the where the bias was originally wrong?
Yes, go for it.
Right. So we had a little bit of conflict about the bias of the day because we were looking at midnight, which was here, and there is actually SMT upon midnight. Should be here. What was it? SMT with Dow Jones, or what was it?
So if you just mark midnight up,
There was some form of SMT somewhere. Here we are. Yeah, obviously
there we go.
got some SMT. So clicked under that. It's not pretty. It's not at all pretty.
No.
However, that SMT at that point, also bearing in mind that it didn't have a fair value gap in it as well. Cameron's idea was that it would come down to here, and it did. However, it did it during lunch, and
Correct.
lunch hours are not ideally what we want to be trading. However, after it, like obviously, we personally don't trade after lunchtime, but if you do, that's down to you.
Correct.
It took it again,
Yes.
and the main target that you'd want, especially like a day where it's a bit iffy, you just take what you can get, and that was London low, and you would have got this before lunchtime. And after that, another retracement, and then it dumped through it again. So you actually had two presented opportunities to take that.
Yeah, lovely.
Also, worth noting as well is about CSDs. Do you want to explain CSDs and highs and lows of session?
Yes, let me just show this image quickly. So if you go onto my screen now, you will see how clean this profile actually was. Now, this is current low of day. Obviously, there's no S&T. We've just gone on that. Also, notice, okay, this is important. Notice how, as soon as you make low of day, okay, bunny is low of day, we slowly trade up and get our CSD. That is not enough conviction, which I now know. Okay, I knew it before, but I was blindsided by the idea of going long into FOMC fair value gaps. It was a lovely idea. However, if we got it during London, that would have been even more valid for me because this is technically an out-time low. I was just too blindsided by how many gaps we had above to want to just trade up there and have on our low of day, but it was not valid. So yeah, if we look, we slowly get our CSD. We've also got midnight right there. But if we look, this candle is 9:30, okay? For a 9:30 reversal, you want to see 9:30 make high of day, and then we target low of day. Look how clean this is. 9:30 candle comes in. Oh shit, what do we get? What are these two up close candles? CSD. What does 9:45 and the macro do? Well, it comes up, taps into the higher order block, the more premium order block, and guess what we do? We travel down to the low of day. I'll actually pull up a chart as well with the updated version. I took that yesterday before we hit. Let me just pull it up quick before we move on to CSDs. But yeah, ultimately, yesterday was a big learning for me. And yeah, it was good. So if we now look at my screen here, let me share it quickly. Share my screen. Here we go. This is my screen now. As you can see, I obviously got in on a paper to low of day, but it's not really, you know. So if we look back at that same diagram that I called out, let me move it a little bit cleaner. As you can see, we took that shit. Oh, fucking hell. Took that shit, and the rest of the diagram was then complete. So yeah, it was actually a nice trading day yesterday. It was just I got caught up in the idea of going higher. I'll show you what I mean by that. So if you look PM session of the previous day, look how many gaps we filled. I got happy with this lower day to then go from up here. What you'll also notice as well is our SMT was on Asia low, meaning that is ERL to IRL. So that was happy for me to take that. I don't know what my charts has done.
Draw the 9:30 higher left as well. I just want to see something.
Why is my ES chart on there? Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, anyways. So yeah, if you look, we had S&T right here, meaning ERL to IRL, all these gaps up there. But yeah, I was too in love with that idea.
Draw that gap to 9:30. There's like one fair value gap. Just so I draw it out. the one that's at the same level as 930. I just want to see something like on the same time frame that I use on that one. Yeah, that's it. Is that the 50% mark that I see?
Close. But
Just missed it.
wait.
Never mind.
No. This is the wrong chart to be looking at that one. Let's have a look. I can clear on my chart now. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
And it's random, is it?
crazy.
Is it
What
random?
market's random?
Is it random, boys? Come on.
Damn, that's
Come on,
crazy.
be honest. Is it random though? How could it be this random when it's so precise? I don't get it. How could that be random? How could we respect middle line each and every single time? How? Please, Brannis, tell me how we could do that.
Just lucky, I
And
guess.
if we also get into
Coincidence.
the smaller details, that is our order block, okay? The second up close into the order block is our propulsion block. Now, going off the rules of a propulsion block, okay, 50% will be respected and not closed above. Let's have a look and see if we close above 50%. Oh, fucking wait. That's a propulsion block and that's doing what it's supposed to do. Oh, shit. And it shit the bed. So, yeah. Anyways. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Wait. Does that not go straight to London low? That trade on like itself?
It does, in fact, go straight to London
I
low.
swear that goes straight to London. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. It goes to straight to London low. No way. You've got to be taking the piss. Wait, so if I got this entry, if I got it off the propulsion block, because I love taking them off there, that was my last trade last Friday. If I took it off there, what would be the risk to reward? No way. 3R. Could I pay the bills with a 3R? Yeah, I fucking could. And do you know what else you could do? You could put your stop at 75%
Actually.
and the top, because 50% should be respected and not traded to. So that's a 6R. 1%, 6%. 100k account, 6 grand. 1 million account, 60k. And that's just for, bro, come on. The markets aren't random. Let's be fucking real. Like, let's actually, I invite anyone to come and chat to me about the markets being random, please. I don't even know where I'm scrolling. Just fucking please come chat to me if you think the markets are random. I beg you do. Let's lag the screen out.
Should we also record we could also record a back testing session if
I'll do it. Let's do it, bro.
We'd be interested in that.
So yeah,
We
that's
could
our market review
get a lot of the guys
for
on.
today and yesterday. I don't know how long it was, but I've enjoyed it. And I think that's literally it. That's it for the market review. 2 clean days, lessons learned. Today was a big dub. And yeah, see you guys in a bit.